In the heart of Burkina Faso, amidst the rolling hills and dusty roads of Kéra, a village in the Mohun province, a boy was born on March 14, 1988. Ibrahim Traoré's early life was shaped by simplicity and resilience, qualities that would define his path to becoming one of Africa's youngest and most talked about leaders. His story is not just about rising to power, it's about a deep-rooted desire to serve his country, a commitment to justice, and a relentless pursuit of change. Growing up in Kéra, Ibrahim was surrounded by the warmth of a close-knit community and the teachings of his parents. His father, a dedicated healer, and his mother, a compassionate caregiver, instilled in him values of service and empathy. Education became his gateway to a broader world. He attended primary school in his village, where his innate intelligence and curiosity began to shine. At the age of 18, Ibrahim moved to Bobo-Dioulasso, Burkina Faso's second-largest city, to pursue secondary education. There he was recognized for his quiet demeanor and exceptional talent, particularly in the sciences. At this point, I will urge you to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to enable you know when next our video is dropping. Thank you. In 2006, Ibrahim enrolled at the University of Ouagadougou to study geology. His time at university was marked by active participation in student organizations. He joined the Association of Muslim Students and the Marxist-inspired Association Nationale des Étudiants du Burkina, ANEB, where he rose to prominence as a delegate advocating for student rights. His academic excellence culminated in a degree with honors in 2010, reflecting his dedication and discipline. Despite his academic achievements, Ibrahim felt a calling beyond the classroom. In 2009, he enlisted in the Burkina Faso army, seeking to contribute directly to his nation's well-being. He graduated from the Georges Namoano Military Academy in Po and underwent anti-aircraft training in Morocco. Assigned to an infantry unit in Kaya, he quickly distinguished himself through his leadership and commitment. Promoted to lieutenant in 2014, Ibrahim's military journey took him to Mali as part of the United Nations peacekeeping mission, MINUSMA. There he earned recognition for his courage during rebel attacks in the Tombouctou region. Returning to Burkina Faso, Ibrahim continued his service in the northern regions, engaging in counterinsurgency operations against escalating jihadist threats. His strategic acumen and dedication led to his promotion to captain in 2020. During this period, he became increasingly disillusioned with the government's handling of security issues, particularly the lack of resources provided to soldiers on the front lines. His growing frustration mirrored that of many fellow servicemen, leading him to become a vocal advocate for military reform. In September 2022, amidst a backdrop of national unrest and security challenges, Ibrahim Traoré emerged as a leader of the Patriotic Movement for Safeguard and Restoration, MPSR. On September 30th, he led a coup that ousted interim President Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. At just 34 years old, Ibrahim became one of the youngest heads of state in the world. His ascent was driven by a vision to restore national sovereignty, combat corruption, and address the pressing security concerns facing Burkina Faso. As interim president, Ibrahim Traoré has sought to distance Burkina Faso from its former colonial power, France, and has embraced a more independent foreign policy. He has also drawn inspiration from revolutionary leaders like Thomas Sankara, aiming to revive the spirit of Pan-Africanism and self-reliance. His leadership style is characterized by a blend of pragmatism and idealism, focusing on tangible improvements in security, governance, and national unity. Beyond his public persona, Ibrahim Traoré is a man of family and faith. He is married and has children, balancing the demands of leadership with the responsibilities of family life. His personal journey reflects the broader aspirations of many Burkinabe citizens, a desire for peace, prosperity, and dignity. As he continues to navigate the complexities of governance, Ibrahim remains committed to his vision of a united and resilient Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré's journey from a small village in Burkina Faso to the presidency is a testament to the power of education, service, and unwavering commitment to one's country. His story inspires not only the people of Burkina Faso, but also resonates with individuals across Africa and beyond, demonstrating that leadership can emerge from the most humble beginnings. As he leads Burkina Faso through its challenges, Ibrahim Traoré embodies the hope that with courage and determination, positive change is possible. Now let's talk about the coup that was plotted against Ibrahim Traoré since he resumed office. In December 2022, Traoré's government claimed to have thwarted a coup attempt led by Lieutenant Colonel Emmanuel Zungrana. The junta stated that intelligence services had uncovered the plot, but specific details and the identities of other alleged conspirators were not publicly disclosed. On September 26, 2023, the Burkinabe junta announced that a coup attempt had been foiled by intelligence and security services. The alleged plotters included high-ranking officers such as Sheikh Hamza Ouattara, Abdul Aziz Awoba, Christophe Maïga, and Boubacar Keïta. The junta arrested 4 individuals and reported that 2 others were on the run. The government accused the conspirators of attempting to destabilize the country and plunge it into chaos. In January 2024, the junta announced that it had thwarted another coup attempt. The government claimed that a network of serving and retired military personnel, along with civilians, had conspired to destabilize the institutions of Burkina Faso. Several arrests were made, and the authorities alleged that the plotters had received foreign funding to facilitate the coup. In January 2024, the government reported that it had thwarted another planned coup set for January 14th. This was officially described as the umpteenth attempt at destabilization, with several arrests of military and civilian personnel. These incidents highlight the ongoing internal challenges faced by Traoré's government, including discontent within the military and allegations of foreign interference. Despite these challenges, Traoré has maintained a strong public image, positioning himself as a leader committed to Burkina Faso's sovereignty and anti-imperialist ideals. If you have not yet liked the video or comment, kindly do so now and subscribe to our channel too, so that anytime we bring out a new video, you will be notified. Thank you. Local media indicate that a meeting scheduled on April 22nd at the headquarters of the General Staff, which was supposed to include several army officers, was postponed and then later cancelled as the invited officers failed to show up. According to Radio France Internationale RFI, an influx of people was seen flocking to the Mogo Naba Palace, a traditional authority in Burkina Faso. Among those seen were army personnel and families of missing civilians, further signaling tension within the West African country. A cabinet meeting also took place on April 24th at the presidential palace under high security, with sniffer dogs and helicopters seen flying around the area during the meeting. Some military camps were also placed under high supervision. Military vehicles were seen placed at the entrance of the General Babassi military camp in the southern part of the capital. The government of Captain Ibrahim Traoré has now called for massive demonstrations on April 30th in support of the regime. Their main objective is to condemn Western interference, especially after recent accusations by US General Michael Langley of diverting the country's gold reserves to support its own security. Burkina Faso's military government said on April 22nd that it had foiled a major plot to overthrow the country's junta leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The military government first gained knowledge of the plot when it intercepted communications between a high-ranking Burkinabe military officer and terrorist leaders. Security Minister Mahamadou Sana said on state television that plotters included current and former soldiers, as well as terrorists. He cited Captain René David Ouedraogo as one of the soldiers who rallied to the plan. Ouedraogo is currently on the run. The coup attempt aimed to sow total chaos and place the country under the supervision of an international organization, Sana said. Plotters had planned to swarm the presidential palace on 16th April 2025. Burkina Faso, along with its neighbors Niger and Mali, has for over a decade battled an insurgency fought by jihadi groups, including some allied with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. Following military coups in all 3 nations in recent years, the ruling juntas have expelled French forces and turned to Russia's mercenary units for security assistance. The three countries have vowed to strengthen their cooperation by establishing a new security alliance, the Alliance of Sahel States. But the security situation in the Sahel, a vast region on the fringes of the Sahara Desert, has significantly worsened since the junta took power, analysts say, with a record number of attacks and civilians killed both by Islamic militants and government forces. About hundreds of Burkina Faso citizens killed separately by both jihadi groups and government forces. Images of Burkina Faso's junta leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, were plastered over Russian state media, speaking about Pan-Africanism and liberating the minds of the continent's youths. Traoré, who was in Moscow for the 80th anniversary of the defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II, is Africa's youngest leader at 37, a strong appeal for the continent's young population that is used to much older leaders. Since coming to power in September 2022, after the country's second coup that year, he has dwelt on a rhetoric of self-reliance and independence from the West, particularly former colonial ruler France, a message that often resonates with young Africans and the diaspora. Despite Burkina Faso's worsening security crisis, Traoré still has so much resonance and interest simply because of propaganda, NDI said. In Africa, there is deep frustration with the traditional leadership, so there is polarized anger towards a scapegoat that is the West. West Africa, meanwhile, has a history of young men seizing power as exemplified by John Jerry Rawlings in Ghana, Samuel Doe in Liberia, and Thomas Sankara in Burkina Faso, all in the 1980s. That history, placed against the perceived failure of Western-style democracy in Africa, has helped to create conditions for idolizing the likes of Traoré. Still, allegations of propaganda do not adequately explain the excitement that has built up around Africa's youngest ruler, according to Chidi Odinkalu, an Africa analyst and professor at Tufts University. Traoré articulates a revolutionary message that is appealing to a young population frustrated by the thievery of what passes for democracy in their own countries. Thank you for tuning in. We will bring more updates soon. All right, that's it for today. If you're vibing with the content, go ahead and smash that like button. And hey, if you want to see more, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out. Catch you in the next one.